when you build, some of the commands are executed with this rtperl. Now I have built with MinGV configuration a model with a prerequisite library, and here in the console output we can see that, for example, archiving of a library is done by means of a Perl script, and it uses this rtperl. Then there is a script with additional arguments. So it is possible now to use and configure TargetRTS and use different macros that we have added to TargetRTS, so that this step will be implemented without rtperl. In our TargetRTS, here is the folder RSRT. This is the structure. I have imported from the disk the structure of our TargetRTS, and we can see that we have this libset folder, and we define the commands for building and different flags in this default MK. For example, here for the archive command, we have arcmd, which now by default points to Perl variable. But we now also have this archive command, which will point to an archive directly from the toolchain. This is the default implementation. We also have specific definitions for various compilers. And if you go here, for MinGV, open libsetmk, you can see that here actually we have some additions to this command. We redefine this arcmd to have more arguments. That's what we have just seen on the screen during build. So this arcmd, it's used in the generated make files. So if we can check what we have generated to the make file here, we can see that the link command is using this amklib macro definition, and it points by default to arcmd. Of course, it's possible to change this directly for this particular transformation configuration, but now it's also possible to change it generically for all your build process that you run and directly define it in TargetRTS. So what needs to be done is in the libset mk, we can redefine this arcmd and select this archive command instead. So we can just for now comment out this command, and instead I will write arcmd equals archive. And this archive is already defined in TargetRTS. And also, since now we are going to use a native archiver from the compiler toolchain, it will also apply additional definitions, like additional flags that are required for this archiver. And this is also different for different compilers. For example, for Visual Studio, archive command will imply and add more flags to your compile command specific for Visual Studio. So now I will build again. I will do a clean build. And we can see now the library is building, and we can see that now we are not using rtperl at all for the archive command, but it is instead a native archive command from the GNU archiver. The Perl is used also for linking, but not for all platforms. So for archiving, by default, Perl is used. This is the default script. For linking, we have this LD command, and by default, it points, for example, for MinGV, it points to a normal link command. But for Visual Studio, if we go here again and see libset for Visual Studio, we can notice that this LD will be ready pointing to LD command, and it will also be using Perl and the Perl script. And it's also possible to redefine it now. There is an additional link command. So if we just change here in the default MK LD, yeah, LD is pointing to the link. So we just need to change then here. LD should also point to link, and then it will be not using rtperl, but will be using native compiler commands
for archiving and for linking.